Christine, 1983, wasn't just a horror movie. It turned a car into a nightmare icon. But behind the headlights, the real horror unfolded. Sudden deaths, addictions, and fading careers. 4 decades later, some stars are gone, others live with shocking twists you won't believe. Their journeys will shock you, move you, and stay with you long after this video ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go. Roseanne, the lively high school girl in Christine, brought youthful energy and charm to John Carpenter's cult classic, leaving audiences with a glimpse of innocence amid horror. Behind the role was Kelly Preston, born October 13, 1962, who was just 21 when she appeared in the film, marking one of her earliest screen roles. Preston went on to shine in movies like Twins, Jerry Maguire, and For Love of the Game, winning hearts with her beauty and warmth. Sadly, she passed away on July 12, 2020, at 57, after a courageous battle with breast cancer, leaving a lasting legacy of grace and talent. Detective Junkins, the weary but determined investigator in Christine, added a layer of grit and realism to John Carpenter's chilling tale of a killer car. Behind the badge was Harry Dean Stanton, born July 14, 1926, who was 57 when he brought his understated presence and world-weary charm to the role. Stanton's career spanned decades, with standout performances in Paris, Texas, Repo Man, and Alien, making him a beloved character actor. Sorrowfully, he passed away on September 15, 2017, at age 91, by heart failure, leaving behind an enduring legacy of soulful, unforgettable roles. George Leibowitz, the mysterious and unsettling old man who first reveals Christine's dark history in Christine, set the eerie tone that haunted audiences from the very start. Bringing George to life was Robert's Blossom, born March 25, 1924, who was 59 when he played the role with chilling conviction. A gifted character actor, Blossom also left his mark in films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Home Alone, where he played the memorable Old Man Marley. Regrettably, he passed away on July 8, 2011, at age 87, due to cerebrovascular disease, leaving behind unforgettable cinematic moments. Vandenberg, one of the troublemaking bullies in Christine, brought edgy tension to John Carpenter's cult horror classic, making audiences instantly remember his sly grin and rebellious presence. Behind that role was Stuart Charno, born September 29, 1956, who was 27 when he stepped into the menacing part. Charno had already appeared in films like Friday the 13th Part 2, and later showed his range in Once Bitten and Just One of the Guys. In 2025, at 68 years old, he lives quietly away from Hollywood, remembered fondly as a cult favorite face of 1980s cinema. Arnie Cunningham, the shy, awkward teenager who transforms into a darker, haunted soul under the spell of his possessed car in Christine, gave the film its tragic emotional core. Behind Arnie's unsettling journey was Keith Gordon, born February 3, 1961, who was just 22 when he delivered this unforgettable performance. Gordon also appeared in Dress to Kill and Back to School before shifting behind the camera, where he built a respected career as a director on acclaimed series like Dexter, Homeland, and Fargo. Now, at 64, he remains admired for both his acting legacy and remarkable directing talent. Dennis Gilder, the loyal best friend who tried to protect Arnie from Christine's deadly grip in Christine, stood out as the film's voice of reason and heart. Bringing Dennis to life was John Stockwell, born March 25, 1961, who was just 22 when he played the role with sincerity and strength. Stockwell later appeared in Top Gun and Losing It before shifting his career behind the camera. As a director, he helmed films like Blue Crush and Into the Blue. Today, at 64 years old, Stockwell remains a respected filmmaker whose journey inspires both fans and peers. Lee Cabot, the bright and caring girlfriend who found herself caught in the terrifying bond between Arnie and his car in Christine, remains one of the film's most memorable characters. Behind her was Alexandra Paul, born July 29, 1963, only 20 when she stepped into the role, capturing both vulnerability and strength. She later gained worldwide fame as Lieutenant Stephanie Holden in Baywatch and built a career spanning film, television, and activism. Currently, at 62 years old, Alexandra is admired not only as an actress but also as a passionate advocate for human and animal rights. Regina Cunningham, the concerned mother trying to understand her son's growing obsession in Christine, brought a quiet strength and heartfelt realism to the chilling story. Behind the role was Christine Belford, born January 14, 1949, who was 34 when she portrayed Regina with both tenderness and gravity. Belford had already built a solid career on television, appearing in series like Banasek, Battlestar Galactica, and The Rockford Files. As of now, at 76 years old, she lives away from Hollywood spotlight but is fondly remembered as a talented actress whose warmth and presence left a lasting impression. Rich, one of the high school friends caught up in the eerie events of Christine, brought a sense of teenage realism to John Carpenter's cult horror classic. Behind the role was Stephen Tash, born July 23, 1959, who was 24 when he appeared in the film. Audiences may also remember him from Ghostbusters, 1984, where he played one of Bill Murray's skeptical test subjects, as well as guest roles on shows like Cagney and Lacey and The Twilight Zone. Nowadays, at 66 years old, Stephen Tash lives a private life, fondly remembered by fans of 1980s cinema. Buddy Repperton, the menacing bully whose rage set Christine's fury in motion, remains one of the most unforgettable villains in Christine. Bringing Buddy's raw intimidation to life was William Ostrander, born September 20th, 1959, who was 24 when he stepped into the role with striking intensity. While he had other screen appearances, including Red Heat and North and South, Ostrander later turned toward a very different path: farming and even politics, running for office in California. At present, at 66 years old, he is remembered as the face of Christine's most dangerous human adversary. The cast of Christine left behind more than just a horror classic. They left stories of loss, survival, and haunting twists. If their journeys moved you, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more untold Hollywood tales.